Choti Productions came about with this desire to do interesting things, to do plays, films, music, performing arts in different forms, without compromises, because Subodh comes from a more business background, understands viability and finance and all of that, which I completely don't. Between the Lines is our first production. That came about because I was the chairperson of Children's Film Society, mothering Vihan, all that was great, but I also was itching to do something that was also creative, that was fun, that could be done from home, and I thought it would be so easy. You just sit and write at home, rehearse at home, and with your husband who's dying to be an actor, so thought everything, we'll just do it at home and one day we'll just decide and we'll perform. Of course, it was neither so choti nor so simple. It was far more complicated than that, and Subodh, being the good producer, went and booked the theatres everywhere, and I said, yeah, I'll be able to write and do all of it in next 2-3 months, and obviously it didn't happen. And like one often wakes up at the 11th hour, woke up and said, oh my God, it's less than a month to our first show. I don't think I could have written this play had I not been in the state I'm in, which is juggling 50,000 things like all women do. And a lot of it from my life, my friends' lives, from our conversations, Subodh and my fights obviously get into the play next morning. And he's like, what? I said that same thing last night. I was like, yeah, and it's part of the play today. So as Subodh and I often joke that 50% of the play is our lives. Now, which 50% you figure it out. So there are a lot of little snippets, and the play is really not about big things, because I think in an everyday relationship, it's not these big dramatic things that happen. It's about all those small things that are said and get left unsaid, that suddenly you wake up and you start actually putting them together, they do become pretty big. And a play is such an alive, such an organic, beautiful thing, which I'm discovering too, that with every show you take baby steps forward. And the interesting thing that has been through all the shows that we have had till now, that it has resonated with a lot of people, especially when couples come together. The husband sort of holds on to his elbow by the end of it because the wife's busy nudging him through the show, and I can completely see why that happens. So yeah, there are lots of little things, but if I tell you before you watch the play, then you won't have any fun, but after you watch it, maybe then.